Today, Mrs. Blunders is off to the shops, so naturally she's got a lot on her mind. After all, she mustn't forget anything.
And what about a nice bit of fish with white sauce? Oh, no, we had fish yesterday. Oh, dear. Oh, look, Wilson's have got a sale. That reminds me. I must phone the vet. Spaghetti with Brussels sprouts. No, I'll go to the butcher's first. Oh, bother, they're closed. Well, it'll just have to be fish. You'll never notice.
You might meet Mrs. Blunders driving down the high street. And no matter how well you think you know the road, no matter how sensibly you drive, Mrs. Blunders could be round the next corner. That's why you should always wear your seatbelt. Even on the shortest trips, beware of the blunders. Clunk, click.
You're not helpless. You can do something. If you fit proper locks, thieves will think twice. They'll back off if they know you're watching out for them. You can prevent crime. Don't let them get away with it.
When you fly your kite or model plane, remember you're in charge of a flying machine. Pilots have to observe safety rules. So must you. Make sure there are no pylons, overhead lines, or electric substations around. Control lines, even if made of string or nylon, can conduct electricity, especially when they're wet.
Watch out!
Delta Zero Bravo, you are clear to take off.
Always make sure you're in a clear area to take off. Then you'll fly safe and play safe.
You think she'll be all right?
I'm not drunk. Look, I tell you, I'm not drunk. I'll be all right.
Sure, come on.
It's all right, Bill. Really, she is.
Oh, for Pete's sake, don't you get into the all right act.
That's all the thanks I'm going to get.
Have a nice night out, eh? Taxi! Take the station, please. Right, sir. You okay?
I'm sorry, Billy.
Yeah, you get pulled over, please.
A pretty girl, pretty drunk, isn't very pretty.
There's lots to see in Northern Ireland. But there's something we haven't opened our eyes to yet. The terrifying carnage on our roads. Over 7,000 people injured, over 300 killed year after year, many of them children. And more of them in their teens and 20s. Just listen to a couple of people who'll get the facts firsthand.
I'm a nurse, and honestly it makes me sick to see the result of recklessness on the roads here.
But it's much more than just recklessness. In fact, many fatal accidents here are caused by drivers who've been drinking.
Yes, we've got a frightening record in Northern Ireland. Do you know you're twice as likely to be killed on the roads here as anywhere else in the United Kingdom? Think about it. Twice as likely to be killed. And it's happening every day to people like us who think it can't happen to them. But it does. Right across the province. Don't drive around like this. Open your eyes. You could be next.
come into the RAF and train for a highly skilled trade that'll set you up for life. There's no need to have entry qualifications. It's you we're more interested in. Look for the RAF advertisement in today's paper, or call into one of our careers information offices. Joining the RAF could be the best move you've ever made.
Welcome to Snatch of the Day, and we'll kick off with a highlight from today's play in Piccadilly.
This was a fantastic move. Just watch that very beautiful right hand. He moves in and away. Beautiful. Let's see that again. A very lovely silent tackle from a real loner.
And how about team training?
Team training, vital, because it's speed. Speed all the way. Essential with the three-handed corner.
The experts can make anything look easy.
Up against an inside left, or an inside right, or better still, an outside left, or an outside right, it is.
Our one late result just in, Oxford Street 35, the King's Road 21. Obviously the crowds have been out lately.
Give me a race meeting or a street market. Or this place, and it's overflowing.
Tell me, where is it impossible to snatch?
A nudist colony.
Help us put a stop to it. Join the UDR.
Hello. Yes, you might know I've got a little daughter, and this is her, Francesca.
Hello.
Well, being a parent isn't all fun and games. They tell me I'm going through the easy part at the moment. They must be joking. You see, when she gets older, that's when I'm going to have to start trotting out all those stories about talking to strangers. Well, it's all very well. She can't be expected to know who the bad guys are, because she'll take kindly to any adult that's kind to her. So you have to tell her things like not to talk to strangers, that somebody who gives you a sweet is not bound to be a nice person, and of course smart girls don't accept lifts in strange cars, do they? And of course she must tell you where she's going, and you must tell her when she's to get back. Well, it's not only little girls that must know these things, is it? It's little boys as well. If I have sons, I'll be telling them the same things. So our children must learn to look after themselves, and we must tell them how to steer clear of the villain. Francesca, say bye.
Imagine for a moment that you know this child, the innocent victim of an accident. A transfusion is needed urgently. Just suppose the hospital didn't have the blood. Then you'd volunteer, wouldn't you? Straight away. As it is, the life of this child will be dependent upon complete strangers, the regular blood donors who give blood twice a year. They never meet the patients they help. They do it because, well, they're just that sort of person. You're that sort of person too, aren't you? But you just haven't got around to doing anything about it yet. So look up Blood Transfusion Service in the phone book. Contact them. Please.
Any time, in any street, is road safety time. And the road safety sheriff is on patrol. Things seem quiet in this town. But hello, what's that? A balloon. And that means someone on the other end. The road safety sheriff moves into action. Stop! A balloon can float out of danger, but not you. The road safety sheriff takes them aside. He shows them the danger of playing in the streets and of parked vehicles. Cross behind this lorry And the car, entering here, won't see you until it's too late. Keep away from behind a car, bus, or lorry if you don't want this to happen. Take a tip from the road safety sheriff. Keep away from parked vehicles and cross where the road is clear.
Honestly, love, as if I haven't got enough to do. All these blooming doors to cope with. Like getting to a trip-point Charlie round these corridors.
You want to wedge 'em open, Ada. Hang a bit. I've got one here, haven't I? There you go.
Oh, Terry, you are a good boy. That's better. I'll remember you in my will. Shut up.
Old Ada's cracking on about them fire doors again. They ought to leave 'em open all the time. It's stupid, isn't it? You coming in?
If there should be a fire where you work, the quickest way to make it spread is to wedge open a fire door. Fire doors prevent fire spreading, and they're a barrier against suffocating fumes and smoke, giving you enough time to escape to safety. Never wedge open a fire door, never lock them shut. Fire doors can save lives. Yours may be.
When Harry lost his job, we thought it was the end of our world. There wasn't much work in his line where we lived, but he had a stroke of luck. The Employment Service Agency fixed him up almost straight away. Only trouble was, it meant moving away from home. But we've been lucky there too. We got a grant to help with the moving expenses and some cash to help with the cost of settling into the new house. It's made all the difference to us, I can tell you.
If you have to move to get a job, the Employment Service Agency may be able to help in finding you work. And we might pay your moving expenses as well. Ask for details at your local employment office or job centre.
I've got my in-laws coming today, so it's got to be something a bit special. I set the oven at 350 degrees, which is gas mark 4, and on the top shelf I've got some spiced chicken, then some rice to go with it, and next door, Dad's favourite, bread and butter pudding. On the bottom shelf, some leek and potato soup, which is simmering away quite happily. Cooking everything together really does save fuel, and nowadays I think a good cook is an economical cook.
Energy sense is common sense. Save it.
If the Martians landed tomorrow and decided to bag a few motorists to take back to Mars as souvenirs, it would be a walkover. All they'd need to do is set a trap wherever a driver's view is restricted, like just beyond the brow of a hill. Or just around a bend, in a dip in the road. Ridiculous, isn't it? Out of this world. But just think, no Martians, just a broken down car, or something large and slow. If your view ahead is restricted, slow down. Don't gamble on it being clear when you get there.
Why do they do it? I know what I'd like to do to them.
If they see anything nice, anything decent,
They just have to spoil it.
it's the same in the park.
They knocked out all the lampposts, and who pays out? We do.
Oh, what's them doing it?
Oh, fairness.
What's the point?
Kids do as they please.
Look at the state of the new underpass.
Well, what about the bus shelter?
Oh, and how long has that been up? About a week.
It's that. Oh, the police ought to do something for the parents, isn't it?
Well, we're parents and our children don't go around vandalising.
Well, we hope they don't. But we don't always know where they are, not all the time, do we? If I thought one of mine was behaving like
think
this,
it's the schools.
And try telling them off. They'll laugh in your face.
You certainly can't reason with them.
There's nothing we can do about it, but I just don't believe it.
There is something you can do. Ring the police immediately. You need not give your name, but dial 999. You might save someone's property. You could save someone's life.
Wonder where he's taking us.
Dunno.
Dark in here, isn't it?
Yeah.
What are we parked for then?
You tell me. Hello, I hear trouble. Things are breaking in, I betcha. After the governor's goodies. Oh,
Something worth nicking, I shouldn't wonder.
Loaded with loot, didn't you see it? Camera, binoculars, transistors, you name 'em. Left laying casual like on the back seat.
Asking for it, I mean to say.
Well, I'm glad he locked us in the boot.
Not what we're used to.
But handy when the villains are about.
Yeah. Quick, here comes the governor. Freeze!
Don't leave things you value in your car. But if you must, lock them safely in the boot.
Safe as houses in here.
A proper gnome from gnome. Get it? Get it?
Do you mind?
Can you describe it, colour? I mean, a bike's a bike. How do you describe a bike?
Big, awkward looking handlebars. I don't really know what they're called. Got a lot of parts on it.
If you have a bicycle but can't really describe it.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't lock my bike. I didn't think it necessary. I just left it in my back way and...
And you leave your bike without a lock.
I'd rather not see what's in the saddlebag. It's personal.
And leave valuables in your saddlebag.
I didn't know there was one on it. What's the frame number?
And you can't even remember the frame. Didn't you think to lock it, sir?
No one lock pinched it round here.
Somebody pinched it, didn't they? You may well lose your bike for good.
This is the second bike in 2 years. You think you'll be able to find it, mister?
You'll not believe this, Sarge. Someone's just nicked me bike.
Have you ever given blood? And have you ever wondered what happens to it when you have?
It helps in accident cases, I think, doesn't it?
Matter of fact, my brother in hospital, they've had to give him a couple of pints because he had a bit of an accident.
Do you think it's important to give blood?
Definitely, yes.
Terribly important, I would have thought. Where's the blood stored?
Kept in blood banks.
Well, they keep them in
some bottle.
How long can it be kept for?
I have no idea.
Is it 6 months?
I believe in cold storage something up to a year.
What people don't realise is that blood only keeps 3 weeks, so is used almost at once. Did you know that? And so, your blood's needed urgently. Please give some.
A couple of years ago, me, my big brother, a few others, you know, all my mates were messing about around the bonfire, throwing bangers and things like that about at each other, just messing about. And there was this kid called Charlie, and he had all these bangers sticking out his pocket, loose in his pocket. And my brother set him alight, and they all blew off in his kid's back pocket.
And I was messing about with some sparklers, you know, writing my name in the air. And the next second, my hair was alight.
Right, and all these trousers stuck to his skin, and he had to go to the hospital. Now, my brother and that was just showing off who he was, really.
And all my friends thought it was very funny.
It is a laugh. Sometimes. If you see your mate coming down and he don't know you're there, you just like a banger and he don't know it's coming towards him, it goes off at his feet. It's a laugh, and you go, like that, you'd laugh, wouldn't you, really?
What's funny about that?
I don't know.
Do you think your brother would have done it if he'd have been on his own with Charlie?
Not my brother, not really.
Why not? Why wouldn't you have done it?
Because there weren't, you know, a lot of people to take notice. Wouldn't have been worth doing it, would it?
Well, what's so big about lighting bangers in someone's pocket?
He's showing off. Doesn't realise the dangers. It proves that I'm better than the next person because I can hold a banger in my hand and let it go off.
But I mean, does it mean that someone's actually got to go through a really bad accident? I mean, there's some people really get burnt up bad for it all. Some kids die. Really bad, you know, burns and scar and everything. So they've got to go all through that before they're going to learn not to muck about with fireworks. Don't you think it's just a waste of life?
Everyone thought a banger would just go bang and scare people. No one realised what he could do.
He must have known that, John. If he's got bangers and he's got a match and he lights bangers in somebody's back pocket, he must have known something was going to happen.
But I would never do nothing like that now. Not after that.
It's the same with most kids. It's not until you have been badly burnt or had a very bad experience with fireworks that you realise how dangerous they are.
They really can hurt. Bangers and rockets.
Right, I'm off then.
Forget the car when you go for a drink, and you can also forget the well-meant advice.
Are you sure you're okay to drive?
Forget the self-denial.
No thanks, mate. I'm driving.
You can even forget being a free taxi service.
Just a favour. Give us a lift, mate.
But most important, you can forget this. So if you really want to enjoy a drink, remember, when you fancy a jar, forget the car.
pick a rail at that other man drive through.
Would you mind opening your bonnet and your boot, please?
I've not something better to do then. I'd stop the people in the morning and go to their work. Huh?
Oh, no, it's one of those again. Thinks this is all the UDR does. Well, he should see the other side of it.
Stand still and put your hands up. Put your hands on the wall. Stop up, Jimmy! Halt! Hands up! Put your hands on the roof!
Of course, he's tucked up in his bed every night. That's a sight of it he'd never see.
Why don't you people go and catch some terrorists?
Thank you very much, sir.
May I have a word with you over here, please, madam? Is this all your baggage, madam?
The outcome of a sentimental impulse could mean a sentence of death for the animal you love and couldn't leave behind, and for you or someone like you, death in a manner that is beyond description. Whichever way you look at it, rabies means death.
Not everyone in a supermarket is there to shop. At least, not from the shelves. Make sure your purse is out of sight. Don't make it easy for the thief. Watch out for your purse before someone else does.
Crossing. The light's green. Carry on, Jones.
Don't panic, don't panic! Captain Man, the light's flashing. What do we do?
One continues to cross. If one's already on the crossing, there's plenty of time. Precisely. Carry on, Jones. One shouldn't start. One shouldn't start to cross.
That's wrecking, Wilson. That's wrecking.
The flashing green man means don't start to cross the road. Learn your blinking pelican signals.
Okay, Ben, this is going to be your room. We'll share this with Katie, all right?
Lots and lots of boys and girls end up in hospital with bad burns because of these. Were you burnt playing with matches?
Yes, elephant. Run away with the spoon. I was playing with my dolly, then I found some matches on the sideboard. I couldn't get away. I got burnt, it really hurt.
And were you playing with matches?
I was playing on my own in the shed. I only lit one match. Help! Let me out! I'll never play with matches again. Ever.
Matches can look pretty, but they're very dangerous.
These boys and girls have learned a rhyme. Matches, matches, never touch. They can hurt you very much. Matches, matches, never touch. They can hurt you very much. Matches, matches, never touch. They can hurt you very much. Wellifant says, never touch matches.
I have this very special friend I want you to meet. Gus, sweetie. Now, I take good care of Gus, because Gus is a bike rider, and he knows what's best. So he always wears a light-coloured helmet with as much light-coloured gear as poss, so drivers can see him. We don't want those nasty cars to hurt my precious. And some nice reflective strips that can be seen in the dark. You tell them, Gus.
What's best for me is best for you. Wear bright gear.
Ready? Let's go shopping.